Gee, sometimes I'll be thinking like, damn, what am I gonna do at the beginning of these videos? What is going on, everybody? I'm back with another video. So you already know from the title down below, 4 things you could do to create better bounce in your drums. Yes, 4 things. These are kind of like a good guideline that I always kind of follow, and this is something I just kind of came up with just through trial and error. Like every single time I look at my beats, they always like have either these 4 or these 3 things in them. Usually I always follow these guidelines, so any single time that like I'm overthinking the bounce, I could just kind of, you know, glance at that, and then my shit be sounding fire. And yours is gonna sound fire too, I promise you. Just to give you a quick run through, here are the 4 things. 1, sound selection, aka good go-to sounds. Number 2 is the 75-25 method, which I'll break down even more when I break down this project file. The next one is space, and number 4 is add, subtract. So let's get into it. Now we in FL. First off, peep the background, that shit kind of cold. But now we in FL. We in FL20, and here's what the beat sounds like. So that's the beat. So let me just break it down, sound selection really fast. So I used a 1-shot, and then I blended it with one of my 1-shots from my battery pack kit. And this MIDI is from JR Hitmaker. He sent me like a pack a long time ago, and I just happened to stumble on it again. Crazy. So when we break down the sound selection with the drums, you know, basic kick, a snare. I actually got this snare from one of my like percussion loops from my perfect timing kit, and like I just chopped it off. And then when I throw in the percussion and then the 808 and then, you know, just a little crash, this is what it sounds like. The reason why this sounds good is because of the sound selection. Now, if you're ever in doubt when it comes to sound selection, just look at Genius videos and see what sounds they use, and then try to just like model those sounds. Even if you listen to like a song that you really like and they don't have a Genius video, just try to like pull it up on the grid and then go through your snares, go through your hi-hats, go through all that, and see what sounds closest to it. And then more and more your ear will develop. That's a sound selection gem. Video coming soon. So the 75-25 rule, right? This is something I came up with, and I feel like a lot of songs have this. So let me explain. 75% of your drums should be basic rhythms that people already know, and then 25 should be like little things that are kind of weird. So let me show you what the 75% of this beat is. That's the kick and the snare. So listen to the kick and the snare and just how the rhythm is. Super simple. People have probably heard that in other songs, and it's not too crazy. There's not a lot of crazy rhythms. It's very easy to like just duplicate, especially when people hear this. When they hear that, they've already heard it in so many songs. They already kind of like have a familiar like relationship with that rhythm. So that's the 75%, right? So here's where the 25% kind of come in. Here's the 808 and the hi-hat percussion. People have not really heard those kind of rhythms like that in a lot of songs. So when I couple that with the 75%, people will go crazy. Crazy, right? So that's the 75-25% rule. You can even go 50-50, but honestly, the only reason why the 808 is really like this is because the way the drums are. I had it a lot more simpler, but I didn't feel like doing that shit, man. I was on the couch and it sounds super hard to me. You know, creativity, right? And then if you want to hear it with the 808, this is what it sounds like. Fire. Fire. So, okay, let's talk bounce, right? Let's go back to the list. The third one is space. Everything is dictated, well, it depends. It depends which route you go, but a lot of shit is dictated through the hi-hats. Notice I don't have a whole bunch of like crazy rolls and stuff like that. Not a lot of crazy shit's going on. I like to keep my stuff between 1 and 2 bars and then just kind of like, you know, just repeat over. Like, this is the same rhythm. I don't know if you've seen in previous videos, which I hope. I like to keep stuff real short so that way I can repeat it again, and that way like the audience or whoever's listening can like kind of already have that familiarity. Because if I'm just like coming up with all these different rhythms, their brain is not going to catch that. So if I keep it simple, keep it short, they're gonna, you know, they're gonna bop to it. You notice there's no shit like that. Space, man. Space is super important. And when I bring all these other elements in, there's like a ton of space. If you notice, I don't have a lot of gaps filled. And even when I bring the kick in, like listen. Super simple. I could even do this. That has like a super dope bounce to it too. A lot of songs, especially a lot of club songs, have that kind of bounce because it's super simple. So I know that might sound kind of complicated, but in all actuality, it's super simple. An artist can kind of hear that, get in, get out. They don't have to do a lot unless like they're like rapping fast and shit, which I hope they don't. I hate people that like rap fast, yo. It's just not fire to me. Space is like the #1 thing. I know I've said it a lot of times, but like it took me a very long time to even understand that concept, to get that down on my drums. So let's break down another one. All right, so this is a beat I pretty much made. I actually did an IG video for this, which if you don't follow me on IG, you definitely should, because IG be on some bullshit. But you know, I would love that support. So next one is add, subtract. So this is the beat. All right, so let's break these drums down. I had in the hi-hat part, this whole part was different. I had like a ton of like, I had like rolls and shit like this up here, and you know, just doing unnecessary stuff just to get the idea out, because I wanted it to sound as crazy as possible, but I couldn't come up with an idea. So I figured, you know what, let me delete that, duplicate the first part, job done. Simple. I took some parts in the hi-hat pattern that I was really like, okay, this is doing too much, but I like the rhythm, and I decided to add different parts. Like over here, I added like a triplet, like a tss. So when you hear it, and then I added this part. I decided to duplicate this part. I reversed it so that way I'll get this. And then I added like this other one. It just sounds crazy, no explanation there. When you hear the snare and the 808 and the kick, add, subtract. It's okay if you do crazy rhythms. You could just put them on different patterns, so that way it's sound fire. And that's a unique bounce. So I hope I gave you guys a lot of gems. You know what I'm saying? I really want this video to be short. And I don't want you guys to overthink this stuff. Like, I know there's people that be like, oh, I am so amazing at drums and all this other shit. But in all actuality, you know, it's just little changes, little things. Good sound selection, 75-25, space, and adding a lot and then taking out what doesn't need to be there. You know what I mean? And that's really what a lot of production is. Like, people don't want to tell you that, but a lot of stuff is adding like whatever sticks and then taking it away to, you know, because it doesn't fit the overall end product of, or the end vision. I'm pretty sure when people was telling Roddy Ricch, oh, don't add the don't add that shit in there, that's gonna be terrible. You know, they, you know, are probably like feeling stupid because it's fucking number one. You know what I mean? Because that's a weird sound. The 25%, 75%, you know? Yeah, anyways, let me stop rambling. Like, comment, subscribe, you know what I'm saying? I hope you guys enjoy. Links for the kits down below if you ever want to support. And tag me on IG with a different bounce. I want to see what you guys make. So with that being said, I will see you guys later.